to wind this up to use for the next color. But then I don't see a lot of contrast here, and if you see here, there's a lot in between. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just do this color and keep the 6 for another project, because or maybe for the sleeve. So maybe I incorporate it on the sleeve or whatever, just because right now I think it just blends too much there. I don't know, now it doesn't look like it's that bad, but let me just wind it. Let me just wind this too, and then probably the number 8 as well. Let me show the number 8. Yeah, on number 8 there's a contrast there. So let me just do this 3 and then take them to the TV or to the living room to watch TV and knit on it. Is the night of December 27. We went to dinner in a lovely place that I wish I have taken you guys with me, but as you guys know, Vlogmas ended on the 25th. That day I was quite tired, I think because I had been cooking a storm, and we ended up the night on the 24th or the 25th at 3 a.m. in the morning. I woke up quite early at 7 a.m. and by 6 p.m. I was done with Christmas. I was so tired. So I went to bed at 7 and I woke up at 8 something, almost 9 p.m. But I wanted to take a moment to thank everybody for spending your holiday season with me. It's been a pleasure to open the doors of my home as always and share snippets of my day with you, all my crafting, all my cooking, everything. And I am so grateful and thankful to spend my pretty much my entire December with you. But before I sign off, I wanted to take a moment and talk a little bit about my December makes and just do like a recap of my December craft wise, not just for knitting, but I'm going to talk a little bit of sewing, and I'm also going to talk about some of the plans for next year. So if you are into all that, then keep on watching. So let's talk about my only finished object for the month of December, which is the Luna Tee by Teresa Lamb. This is a very size inclusive pattern. I did a size 4, but it goes up to a size 17, which I think it's like a 63-inch bust or 62, something like that. I loved it. I think it just came out a couple of months ago, maybe in October, maybe in September. Again, I am not 100%. But when I saw it, I jumped right into it. I bought the pattern and I love the fit of it. You have a -2 of ease, or like you have no ease, so your ease is negative, and I thought it would be great under dresses, or you know, with overalls, or you know, I don't know, I thought it was gonna be like super cool. I still love the fit. everything that you look at here, it's not what I expected it to be, and it was a little disappointed. But before we talk about that, let's talk about the basics. I use US size 6 needles, which are the recommended needles. I didn't gauge swatch what's new, and I use or I held 2 yarns together, which is the Cotton Merino by Knitting for Olive, and I held this one, which is in the color Rust, with this Luna yarn by Trendsetter Yarns in the color Fuchsia. So this together made this beautiful fabric, which I love. I love the sparkles and the little sequins. So this is a sterlina, and you have some sequins in between. Love it. Like I said, I made a size 4. What I love about this sweater is that it had some waist shaping for it to be more like tight toward your body. And to be honest, I don't have anything like this knitting wise. I do wear this a lot with my ready to wear or things that I have done, things that are kind of like tight that I use quite a lot. So that's why I jumped into making this sweater. But last time I talked to you all, I just already divided for the sleeve, and I was like a couple of inches in. To refresh your mind, you know, worked with this and I loved it. I separated for the sleeves, and when I tried it on, it was like I didn't have too much ease on my armpits, which I should have left it like that, because I think I don't know, I don't know what I was thinking. So I had like an inch or so, maybe less, after I divided for the sleeves, and I decided to go back and put all the stitches back into my needles and then do one more decrease to give myself some ease. And I think that also, you know, mess my mind up, because I now have more stitches than I'm supposed to. But the second time that I divided for the sleeves, I went into the back shaping, because you don't have any back shaping here on the top of your shoulders. You have the shaping right on the, you know, when you separate for the sleeves. So she gives you some space, but it's not in the usual spot that they give you space. So after I went back and forth, I did some mistakes. There's like a row or two that I messed up, the broken rib. But after I did the back shaping, I pressed the pedal and I missed my mark to make the decreases. Now that I have finished the body, I'm a little mad that I didn't pay attention, because like I said, what gravitate or like what grabs my attention about this pattern was it to be very fitted with negative ease. So because I didn't do the decreases, it's not laying on my body like I was expecting, so it was a little disappointing. But at the same time, it's a beautiful, beautiful sweater, and I think I will do it again, because it was, I don't want to say it was not fast. I don't know, I was just disappointed. I lost a little bit of the steam on it. Because I didn't do the body shaping, I didn't do the sleeve shaping as well. So you have decreases here and then here as well, and you make your sleeves as long as you wanted them. It took me around like 2 weeks to finish one sleeve, and then I did the second sleeve in like, I will say like hours. So it's done. Is blocked. Will I do it again? Definitely. I want to do it in a solid color like a gray or navy blue or black. I will use those to death, and especially because it's a short sleeve shirt, I'm gonna use it so much here in Texas where I live right now. So regrets, I have said. Wins, I love how it look, right? Like you have like that little funnel, little neck band there, and then it looks really pretty, kind of like it doesn't look, I don't want to say it doesn't look like handmade, but I was quite proud of how it looks. It doesn't look like I'd made it, and I know that's a very bad thing to say, because we should be proud and we have the ability to make things just like ready to wear people do, or like a machine will do it. But I'm quite proud of the final product, and I blocked it because it's cut and it didn't stretch too much, and I'm thinking also even putting it a little in my dryer. I don't know, I have not done that, I'm a little worried, but just to like it up a little bit. You know. Anyway, the other thing that I wanted to say is that I read her recommendation for my size of grams of yarn needed, or yardage needed for this sweater, and I have, like I showed you guys, a full skein of each. I bought 4 and then 3 of this one. And if you have followed me on Instagram, you know that I was freaking out over the fact that I didn't have enough of that Serlina, but I do have all this left. So that's it. That's the Lunati. And let's talk about Advent. Let's talk about Advent calendars because that's fun. Okay, so let's talk about Advent. I got gifted this year 3 Advent calendars. You saw me opening 2, and then 1 was sent back to its sender because my address here is a shit show and I cannot figure it out, although I think I have figured it out now that it has to be on that same first line of the address. You cannot go back to the second line. For some reason it gets deleted. I don't know. I'm making sure that I rewrite the address on the, you know, special delivery box, and I'm making sure that I please make sure that the address is written correctly because it's like I have so many packages being returned. It's not even funny. Even Carlos was like, what's going on? Because he had been, you know, there's like trying to get some things, and even from work, and they have not arrived. But I'm so sad I was not able to open the Swiss skein on mine. But the other Advent that almost got sent back, and it was even scanned to be sent back, and it was on the bin to be sent back, was from Homespoon House, which I had to go and beg the lady working at the, you know, window that gives you the packages. I was just like, listen, it just got scanned yesterday, the day that I'm talking about. It was a Sunday, like at 4 p.m. I am completely sure that this box is still here. They have not picked it up. I went there at 8 a.m. in the morning, and she was in training, the lady who was attending me, and there was another trainee as well, and the trainer, which was one of the supervisors, was like, perfect, we're gonna take this. And I had to wait like 30 minutes, but they found my package, and I was so grateful. Anyway, when I opened it up, I loved it. Every single skein came in this cute little linen bag, and she also sent you some snowflakes with some yarn or twine for you to decorate your Advent. And she also sent like a little I would say garland. It was kind of like the cutest thing in red, so I used all that to kind of like juice it up and just make it quick, really pretty, and I loved it. This was a non-superwash yarn, and each one came in this little bag, and they had the little sleeve for each color, which says at Homespoon House for Advent 2022. And what I love about this, that sometimes, you know, or when they're coming little baggies, you just like take them out, and if they don't have the tag for it, you know, every single year you're gonna keep adding to the bin. Like I have a bin of minis, and you forget from what year this is from. So I was kind of like, ooh, this is really smart. What I love about this Advent, it's that it was quite tonal, which I love. I love the fact that it was very tonal, and there was a lot of contrast in between the skeins or the little minis, and I was like, wow, I love it. It came with 24 baggies, and then it had a full skein, and I hope you guys all open yours, but this is in the color Cheers, and I wanted it to make a sock with it, but because it's non-superwash, I don't know how it's gonna behave, so I will probably hold it up and yeah, you guys know these are my colors. And I started a project, work in progress, with this sweater. So let's talk about, with this yarn, let's talk about this. So after opening this advent, I start kind of like brainstorming what kind of sweater I wanted to cast on right away, and I thought about making some striped sweaters, but I have a couple already. I thought about casting on a piece of silver, or casting on a simple stripes, or casting on, you know, whatever. What else? The Color Play by Beth McDonald's, which I love that sweater so much, and all of them are great, especially the simple stripe and the Color Play. Look those up if you're looking for a stripy sweater. But I don't need another stripy sweater, and also I want to have sweaters that I can use, or like, you know, wool garments that I can use more here in this climate, and I think a cardigan will be, or it's gonna be perfect. So I went on Ravelry and I did my little search, and I wanted to just have a cardigan that was fingering weight yarn, that I'm not holding it with any mortar or whatever, and I bumped into the Stria Cardigan by Andrew Maury. This is not a new pattern. I didn't know this one existed, to be very honest. And what I like about this is you just use fingering weight yarn, and it has some little stripes. So you have a main color, and I'm going to place a picture here. So you have a main color, and you have this kind of like cute little stripes going throughout. I'm not going to do what she does. I'm going to use that main color in stripe, which are 12 rows, and use it as a color from my advent calendars. So before I keep on talking, I'm going to show you how my progress is so far. Some of the basics is I am making a size 3. This pattern goes up to a size 10 or 61-inch bust circumference. It can be worn with negative ease of 2 inches or positive ease of 4 inches. So I thought about, you know, doing a size 1 or 2. I decided to do a size 3 and have it with a little bit of positive ease, but on the flip side, it's eating a lot of my yarn. So tomorrow I'm gonna sit down with my scale and my little calculator and see if I'm gonna have enough, because I want to make sure that I have enough to mirror the body and the sleeves, so to have the same thing. I also did my math for how many minis I will need, and I'm gonna need 22 for my size, and you guys know the admin has 24, so I'm gonna have 2 to spare. Right now I jump color number 6. I'm gonna use it later on, because between 5 and 7, the 6, there was not a lot of contrast, and coming from this very high contrast tonals to a little bit more blended, I wanted it to keep, you know, kind of like the sharp, you know, contrast, and just use that number 6 later on the sleeve or whatever. So I need to make the math to see how much I need. This is Fisherman Rib, and I have tried this before and I was not a fan. And actually I just bought the pattern and I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna try it. I have tried this before where you go and you do, you know, the rib, pretty much you knit through the bottom stitch and you pick up, you kind of like drop that stitch, and that's why you have an elongated, I'm showing you the wrong one, that's why you have an elongated kind of stitch. and then you purl, you keep on going. And then on the other side, because I'm doing a cardigan, I'm not sticking, I'm going back and forth. Instead of purling, I'm knitting. So I was like, yes. So perfect stitch to give, you know, kind of like a nice contrast, nice texture, but not purling too much. So far I'm loving it. I'm going quite fast on it, you know, give or take. And what else I'm gonna say about this? Oh, another thing that I love about this pattern is that she gives you a chart for when you're supposed to change color and when you're supposed to increase by your size. So it's making it quite easy for me to follow. I make sure that I highlighted where I needed to you know, do the increases or whatever, or my size. And I also, and I'm going to show you guys, I reprinted the instructions of the increases and the regular increases and then whatever, and I place it right here so I go ahead and I don't have to go back and forth. So I'm working with this tracking sheet. I love that she gives you even colors. Let me show you guys a little bit. You see some of the colors and when you need to change. So it was digested for me, for sure. Yes, a little worried about the sleeves, but we will cross that bridge whenever we arrive there. So let's talk about my advent number 3. So before we move, and I said that we were gonna move to advent number 3, but I want to talk about this yarn that I bought for the Stria Cardigan. I am gonna do all the colors, and I am going to use this yarn for rib on the neck, bottom band, and the body rib. So I'm gonna use this one as a nice contrast. In that way I will kind of like tie up everything together. So that's it. No more of the Stria talk. Let's talk about advent number 3. So advent number 3 is from Chelsea Locks. The theme of this year is après-ski, and it came with this cute bag, or mine came with this cute bag. And on it there was this Chelsea yarn candle, and then this lip balm, which is a cherry, it's called Cherry Lift, and smells like cherry candy. So good. I have used this a couple times, and also I have a couple of yarns here that I thrifted. So I love this bag. It's quite big. I think also this came in with a little cup, but I may be mistaken. She gifted me the sparkle base, which I love. It has a little sterlina on it, and I love opening that one as well. It was just so fun. And this year, I can definitely compare it to last year. I love what she did this year. Last year you still have some cousins together, or you know, like brothers between colors. So you have, you know, something from the yarn of the day before, but it was a little bit more contrasty. This year she switched it up a little, and there was like a little faded kind of situation, so there was not a lot of contrast, and I thought that was spot on. Cause with this it came with a card, and it has a download code to a complimentary pattern, and the pattern was for a little scarf shawl kind of thing, like a little, what is it called, shawl? Is it shawl? I don't know. I'll put the name in here because I forgot. And then also you can make a little hat, so which it was quite cute, and you know, she thinks about everything, which I love. So last year I wanted to make a scrappy cardigan, pretty much like blocks, squares of colors, and then just knit it, you know, and just whatever. I don't know if you guys remember that. I went ahead and I bought the yarn to make the rib, and I was so excited. Let's do it, let's start. Then I thought of starting with the rib and then starting with the colors, and then because I was going to go back and forth, it was going to be perfect because, you know, I have all these balls and whatever. I tried many times to start it, and I was like, this is not happening. I needed to do a gauge swatch to, you know what I mean? Like I didn't know. But this year I was just like, you know what? I don't want this to be too complicated. What about if I take one of the colors, right? One of the minis, and I just do squares. Let's just do squares, and instead of having, you know, like this color here, maybe I just want it here and there, whatever. So it's gonna be quite scrappy. I know what you guys are gonna say. Oh my God, all that, you know, piecing together. It's gonna be, you know, we will again cross that bridge when we get there. So what I like about this is that you know, today I'm feeling sequins, and this day I'm feeling nothing, and I want beads and all that. So I got all I needed, which I have a cute little, and you saw my Vlogmas, you know what I'm talking about. And when I got sequins, I want to add beads to it. I want to add pearls to it. Like, I want to go wild. And I think also because it's just a square, which is a 4x4 inch square, not by accident. I just said, let's do 20 inches and then let's mimic this length to this length. So that's 20 inches by 24 rows. Gives me a 4x4 square. You know, it's quite portable. I can bring it anywhere. I am knitting this with 2 strands of the color of the mini, and then I'm also using a mohair, so I'm holding this 3 togethers, and to top it off I'm doing like a little sterlina just for stability. So these 2 are going to be constant throughout. What is going to change is this and whatever I want to add. I want to add beads, pearls, I want to do embroidery, I want to do all the stuff. The pattern that I'm using, or that I'm going to use, is a self-drafted pattern that I made for my daughter when I did that strappy crochet blanket, and I'm going to do the same thing and I do with that blanket. I'm not gonna piece it out. I'm not gonna do short rows. I'm gonna do anything of that. I'm just gonna do squares, and whenever I have to do the slope of the shoulder seams, I'm gonna go ahead and cut that part out, serge it, do whatever I have to do, and close that you know, that seam with probably like a cute little bias tape and whatever. But not too much to think about that. I am not gonna stress out about it. It's gonna take some time for me to finish. I need like 70, I think I made the math, and it was 70 squares for the body. I'm not including the sleeves, because when I get to the sleeves, then because after I attach the shoulder seams and the side seams, I will know how many squares I need for the sleeves. So I'm telling you, it's gonna be a project, and I love it. And I will not change anything about it. And I think this way, you know, it's gonna be it. Maybe I add some squares from something else. I don't know. I don't know what this will take me. Maybe in 2 months I will be like, whatever, I'm thinking I'm gonna scratch this out. So, but so far, I'm quite excited. So I want to try to do this December like monthly recap, and not just talk about knitting, but talking about sewing as well. Just have like all my crafts all together instead of like doing different things. But the only thing that I made in December sewing wise was this square neck top, a pattern that I originally used the pattern for the Nico top, and what I did, I decided how low I wanted my square neck to go, and how wide. Which this is a wearable muslin, and I have to say right now, if you see, it's quite low. So I have two options. I can cut or adjust the shoulder seams and adjust it and shorten it. I will say like half an inch, or I can lift this an inch because it's quite low. I showed my daughter yesterday because she was talking about it. My entire strap was out, and pretty much my all this like my entire bra was out. And I even like said like, Stella, look, you know. And she was like, Mom, your entire bra is out. And I was like, okay, sorry people. Not that you have anything to look. But Stella made this one, and we cut half an inch from the top. We're short torso people. And she wanted it to be really low, but I think how low is low, right? This pattern, after you do the adjustment, which I cut the back neck as well, which I think also don't help at all. What is going on? You see, if I can adjust, if I bring this where it should be right now, if I bring this to where it should be, I lower or scoop the back a little, but like okay, hold on, not that much. It's quite low. It's quite low. So I definitely have to bring it up to here. Like if I had like a lot and like they were like perking up here, why not? But I am old, number one. Number two, one is a little sad because they took a big chunk out of it, and the other one is like, I mean, like the program. It's not even cute. And I have breastfed 2 kids. Okay, you know what I mean? Like they're not in my prime. So yeah. This needs to be fixed. This is a wearable muslin. I got this fabric for very cheap, so not mad about it. When you cut this, you make it so it's fully lined, so you can use it without a bra. So you don't have any edges or no bias line or nothing. So, which I liked. So I have to keep on working on this because I need this. This is what I use. You see, if I compare it to the Luna tee that we talked earlier, this is quite fitted, and that's what I like about this kind of tops. I can use it under, because I use it under my sweater that I wore yesterday. So that's the only sewing finished object of thinking that I'm working on. I have to actually get cracking for 2023. I'm going to talk about some of the goals. So let's do that. Let's talk about the goals for 2023. Okay, so there's 2 seasons in this house. Or you are dying of frostbite, or you're dying from a heat stroke, because there's no like in between. Let's not have it at 72 in the house. Let's just have it like at 80 degrees right now. Like they're blasting the heater and I am about to pass out. But let's talk about the goals for 2023. I asked my daughter and she made a list of the goals that she wants to achieve. I'm gonna place those on my little mood board. But for me, I want to be a little aggressive there, like like raise the bar a little, but not too much like I did in 2022. So in 2021, I had a goal to make 1 sewing garment by the month. And I think knitting wise, it was wild, and I didn't achieve the knitting, and I did achieve the sewing. For 2022, I don't remember what I said that I wanted from knitting. I think it was like a sweater a month, which I didn't achieve. And it was a sewing garment a week. Now thinking about it, I'm not saying out loud, I'm like, I mean, like, you have to do for King Carlos. That's what I'm talking about. But for this year, let's talk about knitting goals. And they're very loose, okay? If I don't achieve them, I'm gonna probably, and I hope so, do this on 2020, at the end of 2023 and be like, whatever you're thinking. But I want, knitting wise, to knit more cardigans. I want to have long cardigans, cable cardigans. I want to have chunky cardigans. I want to have stripy cardigans. Like, I want to do all the cardigans because that's the garment that I use quite a lot. I wake up in the morning, I put on a cardigan, I get out of the house, I wear a cardigan. Like, I wear a cardigan even if it's like 100 degrees. Probably I will have one in my purse. So I want to have I want to bump up, and I want to really crack on and make more cardigans. You get it? And the other thing that I talked about this the other day when I went to my local yarn shop, it's socks. I know what you're gonna say, Mary Lisa. Like, I mean, what are you talking about? Do you lost your mind? Like, do you remember XY time that you have tried to make socks? This year is gonna be the year of the sock, and I blow this out. Hold on. What is going on? So this year, I want to actually push myself to make socks, and I'm gonna tell you why. I got gifted 2 socks while I was on cancer treatment. And I have to be honest, I have wore those to death, okay? They are looking at me like, I mean, girl, like, make it yourself. They're looking at me like, again, yes. So why do I keep beating the same 2 socks? Let's start making some socks. Because number one, here in Texas, I can wear them. I think wool socks are not just whenever it's like -2 degrees. They can be worn year round. I didn't know this. I'm from the tropics. I'm from a tropical island, okay? Like, we don't even knit on with wool. But the reality is that wool socks, for me, I can use them year round, and I use socks all the time. Why do I keep on buying socks when I can make some socks? I know they're boring. Maybe someday I will get the, you know, my mind will register. But also, they're quite, you know, like, you can have them in a little bag on your purse, and I don't have to like dragging a big thing cardigan or like sweater around, and I just can knit on this socks. So 2023, my goal is to make a sock a month. I know. You know how much bitching is gonna be involved in this podcast because I decided on this goal, and I'm putting on the mood board. We're pushing through. This is the year. This is all to convince myself. Okay, let's talk about sewing. The sewing goals are ridiculous, okay? I want to make 2 garments a month. Every 2 weeks, I want to push something out. I don't want to stress myself out. Not that I care, because you guys know I don't stress about anything. I don't give an F, flying F, okay? But when I go to my closet to get dressed, I have the same issues every single time. I have 0 skirts. I have some maxi skirts that I have bought. None that I have made. None, not even one. I am in desperate need for skirts. Short skirts. You know, my age, kind of like short. I don't want to be like booty out, because you guys know. I want to make some skirts that I can wear with tights, and I can wear whatever. I want longer length, like mid-length or something like that. Like, I love skirts. I love to wear them, and I don't own any. What's going on? The other thing that I don't want to make anymore, if you guys see me making another stupid maxi dress, please get on my computer, bitch slap me out of my maxi love trends, whatever it's called, because I cannot for the life of me hang another damn stupid maxi dress on my wardrobe or like my closet. There's no space. However, the short dress or mid dress section of my closet is empty. So this year, 2023, I want to make short dresses or mid-length dresses. Enough of the maxi shit, okay? Enough. Another thing, I need everything, okay? I need everything. I need pants. I need fun pants. I need denim. I need pockets. I need flowy. I need everything. I need all the sizes except freaking rust. If I see another pant in my closet of this color, please take a plane and beat me up. For the life of me, I don't need another one of this pant color in my closet. I have 20,000. It's not even funny. I just feel like I have the same thing. It's just because I make the same thing and I buy the same thing. Why? I don't know. I need fun colors. I need navy blue. I need white. I need pink. I need fuchsia. I need everything but fucking, sorry, but this color. Enough. Okay? Enough. 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 That was intense. Another thing, and the thing that I want to try desperately, is underwear. I want to try underwear. I want to make bralettes. I want to make bras. I want to make lace. I want to make them like sexy. I want to make them, you know, like boring. I want to make full coverage underwear. I want to make thongs. I want to make everything, okay? I want to make everything, but I want to make myself dip my toes on underwear. I think they're gonna be fun. So if you see, I have a lot to do. I have a long list, but now that I have made a list, I think I can add to or take away. And you know, I don't like this make it 9. You know, I don't like 2 things tomorrow. Probably I'm not gonna like them. So why box myself to making 9 things that probably in June I will be like, that is so passe. But anyway, but when I say summer dresses, short dresses, that's more open, right? Not a pattern. So those are my goals for 2023. Stella's are quite cute. She wants to do sculpting, clay sculpting. She wants to learn how to crochet. Mommy's not letting mommy's not the teacher. I'm not gonna teach her. Like whoever wants to teach her, she's a true lefty. Okay, because we have enough fights in this house to also fight over crochet. Okay, like no, we fight over some other serious thing. No, not freaking crafting. And then she also wants to make shirts and clothes and all that. And she wants to start making rugs. She already have made rugs, but she bought or she asked for Christmas, which by the way, Amazon, what is the freaking gun, rug gun? She asked for a rug gun, so we bought the rug gun. Maybe one day Amazon will put it on a box and ship it to my house. Maybe one day she's gonna start making rugs. But with the rug gun, I didn't know well, she had been asking for this rug gun for a while, but it was expensive. Okay, I was like, you truly want it? But when she asked twice, like 2 Christmas in a row for it, you buy it. Anyway, so that's it. It's been a long video. I know. I love y'all. I see you soon. And stay warm. I know it's a little insane, the weather these days. But here today was 60 degrees. So I was like, love Texas. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.